Hi, I'm Kate Doheny. I'm a packaging and product designer. Welcome to my channel. I have two small businesses, Doheny Atelier and Doheny New York City, and today I'm actually going to talk about the packaging side of things, the Doheny Atelier side of things, and my experience with Kylie Cosmetics. I was very fortunate to have been able to design a lot for Kylie Cosmetics in my career. That's probably one of the biggest projects that I've worked on, and I'm so proud of it. There are still some of my designs that are being sold through the company now, which is really cool. And I really am just amazed that I even had that opportunity. So I wanted to talk about that today and share some of the work that I did for Kylie Cosmetics and kind of just go into maybe a bit more technical things as well. But this is really just going to be me showing products and talking about how I built them, and if that interests you, here we go. First of all, can't talk about Kylie Cosmetics packaging without talking about the lip drip logo, which was actually designed by a very talented designer named Jill Alawa. She's the original Kylie Cosmetics designer of the logo. And essentially what I was able to do was bring it into the future and bring it into the next chapter of Kylie Cosmetics, and maintain the same look and feel, but basically clean it up a bit, make it a bit, more graphic, even with the lips, with the drips being a lot cleaner, a solid color, still keeping some edge to it. Something really cool about the lip drip logo that people may not notice right away is that the teeth on the bottom teeth are actually supposed to be grills. That's why they're silver foil. You can kind of see when you go like this, the silver foil element there. I also made a point to emboss the drips as well to ensure that they have some dimension on the pack. These are all like subtle details that perhaps only a pack designer would really notice, but these are all the details that really make a product packaging feel more giftable, feel more luxurious. So that was really cool to do. And then bringing in this pink color that ended up being the brand color at the time across all the new products for the rebrand. And in addition to that, I really wanted the pack to be pretty tonal. So I had the bottom copy, the back copy, all be a darker magenta tonal color scheme with the pink. And it maintains the classic side panels, and really brings Kylie Cosmetics into the next chapter. Something that you might notice, Kylie's signature interior printing. That's a thread throughout the packaging, which I'm really proud of to have maintained in the secondary pack. Within the lip kit are the liquid lipsticks. Something that was pretty different at the time that I was pumped about was to put the logo on the cap. It's not really something that is done a lot in cosmetics, mostly for a logical reason, because the cap is what you're touching a lot. So there was a concern of, oh, what if it would rub off? But that's why we do a lot of testing in packaging to make sure that the product is going to be of acceptable quality when it reaches consumers. Another notable element are the drips. They're an elevated drip for the next chapter of Kylie Cosmetics. That was a really nice, clean way to do it. I also really wanted to try this option with the logo on the cap because I really, at the time, was really into very minimal packaging, as minimal as possible, which I know some may laugh at that because it's not like this is really that minimal. It still has a lot of fun and creativity involved in it, but I wanted to try something where there was no logo on the vial and just the drips, and it ended up working out really well with the cap. having the logo on it instead. And of course, there's always placement on the bottom label for extra copy, the important regulatory copy. So that's a liquid lipstick. So for high gloss, we were able to use an image, which was really great, of the founder, and add a gloss element for the Kylie logo, which also showed the high contrast underlayer of the image as well. It's a full image wrap, so it goes around the carton, which is pretty cool. And then we have a nice contrast black for the text and the classic stamped in silver Kylie Jenner logo. Also shade matched top panels, which I should mention is always a big process because it's very, very tough to ensure that the color matches the formula as well as possible. But it's one of the fun things about being a packaging designer, tedious but fun, to ensure that the shade matched elements of a product really match as well as possible. It's a very, very challenging job, but it's very rewarding when you get it right. And noting again that this does have the classic Kylie Cosmetics lip drip logo interior print. It's very similar to the liquid lipstick. We've got the drips. This is a matte finish. And then we have Kylie on the bottom. Again, don't want to have Kylie in the same place with all of these products. We want to be playful, and because the brand allows that, of course, there are a lot of brands where they're a bit more cautious with the placement of the logos. In fact, depending on brand guidelines, you might be, if you're working on a brand, kind of like what I talked about in my last video, if you're starting out, if you're working on a brand that has very strict guidelines, it's not necessarily the worst thing. It's actually really good to learn those guidelines. So it just so happens that there was a less strict kind of branding energy with Kylie Cosmetics at the time. So again, that just made it really, really fun. But I still really wanted to ensure that the brand had some thread throughout as well. So the lipstick primary, again, I'm really into trying to have the brand codes kind of repeated throughout, but in different ways. You know, with packaging design, we don't want everything to match exactly. We also want, when it's in a complete lineup, we want it to feel like every product is its own thing, but it's still a family. So essentially I have the block letter Kylie logo on the bottom of the lipstick with some very beautiful silver Kylie Jenner stamping on the bottom of the lipstick. I don't want to open this all the way because I've used this lipstick and the actual lipstick is kind of a mess right now, but you can see at least the idea of it. And of course the top has the iconic lip drip logo, and it also just feels heavy and nice and quality. The pink is a really beautiful pale pink, going with the brand colors as well, and for the whole rebrand refresh. I really love the lip blush when we're talking about color matching because, as you can see, the box, the carton, the unit carton is matched to the formula itself, which I just think is such a fun kind of effect. And essentially the logo at the bottom is quite oversized and wrapped all around the bottom of the vial. This is actually, it's kind of hard to tell probably on camera, but this is actually a frosted vial, which is really nice, which also with packaging design, it's really important to try to think about how the packaging might reflect what the product actually does. So since this is a lip blush, it kind of mimics that idea with the vial being frosted. And then we have a nice matte pink cap. So for this product, this is the only product from the rebrand that does not have the classic lip drip logo imprinted on the inside. It's actually just one color pink, and that was a decision made by everyone to basically have a nice contrast between the exterior and the interior. Since the exterior does have a lip drip logo, basically it's this really adorable lip drip pattern, and it is a gloss effect, so it's very tonal, but it still has the character of the brand. This is cherry on top, for those wondering. I'm not sure if it's still sold, but if it is, this is a really beautiful color, just so you know. This is the Lip Shine Lacquer Carton for Kylie Cosmetics, and I did want to include the drips in as many unique ways as possible because it's one of the biggest brand codes. So the drips are on the exterior carton in a gloss and raised emboss, and it just creates this really subtle yet beautiful effect, which again pushes the brand into a little bit more of an elevated place, but still maintaining the strong branding so you know whose brand this is. And then on the top panel, I'm always trying to think for cosmetic brands, if I'm designing a cosmetic brand, if I have the opportunity to be a bit more playful, which I really was able to with Kylie Cosmetics, then I'm always thinking about like, how can the top panel, how can the shade label, which is what this is called, how can that be unique? How can it be a little different? So you'll notice that every shade label is different as well. So the shade label here is the lip drip logo again, color matched, of course. And of course it has the product number and the product name. And then you'll see again on the side panels, like with the other lip kit, that the copy is a dark magenta. Something that's interesting with barcodes for all y'all packaging designers, we always have to be cautious and to make sure that the barcode is contrasted enough. So you'll see, you know, it stands out as white with the black bars, but that is a requirement a lot of times because you need to be able to scan the barcode. Now there are brands that have very contrasted colors. For example, Dior's mascara, if you look at their packaging, I always use Dior mascara. If you look at the barcode on that, they're actually able to get away with a silver background and then a dark navy blue barcode with dark navy blue UPC number. So essentially, because their brand colors are so contrasted, they're able to make that happen, and that apparently is scannable. I've never had an issue when I'm ringing up my mascara at Sephora. Shout out to Sephora and Ulta, because we're talking about Kylie Cosmetics right now, and Kylie Cosmetics is actually an Ulta brand. They're also sold at Nordstrom. I'll totally advertise the brand because the team is always coming up with some really, really cool things. Moving on, so the primary, which is what we call the actual product, the primary for the Lip Shine Lacquer. Again, I'm always trying to think when I have a few design codes, how can I be playful with it and change it up? And also how can, you know, we stick within our budget? One thing to note is it is a shiny material. It's a glossy coat on the primary to kind of reflect, again, what we talked about, the product itself, the formula itself. It's nice to reflect that in the actual packaging. If you can give a nod to it, it also helps consumers to understand what the product is and to kind of subconsciously connect the dots. So what I really love about this is I love working with negative space, and I love that since Kylie has such a bold logo, the block letter Kylie logo, we were able to knock out the logo and reveal the formula beneath. This is a great example because the formula beneath happens to be such a beautiful, bright red color in contrast with this light pink. So you can really see and envision how all the different shades together create this beautiful lineup. And the design is something that I'm really proud of. Kylie Cosmetics came out with a mascara that I'm very proud to have designed. And It's called Kylash. Kylash is still in stores, still online. There's a few different colors of this mascara. I haven't tried the brown yet, but honestly, I really personally love this mascara too. I was so excited about this project because it's a custom tooled product, which is not always something that in any business you can really achieve. It's a very complicated process. Another extra complication here is that the Kai and the lash, they line up pretty well. Essentially, there's a thread here, and if it doesn't, it had to basically be made so that it would align perfectly with the Kai and the lash, and it's actually quite a complicated engineering problem to figure out, but I'm really proud because it worked out, and I really love this design. So Kybrow, this is a Kybrow Kit. It has 2 products inside of it, and the brow pencil, brow gel, and something nice about it is Kybrow has a nice gloss on it, as well as being a kind of overlay to show the logo so that it offers another treatment, a different type of treatment, and including the photography in here is definitely a signature brand code as well. So it's nice to change that up and again ensure that the packaging is not all identical. Something that the founder really also loved was to have unique looking secondary packaging, so when you put them all together, you know, it's not like you're looking at the same thing, and it's not as confusing. Some of the packaging did look a bit more similar, and just because there's significantly different shapes, it still works. You can still differentiate them. For example, the eye products, this is the Kyliner. Again, changing it up a little bit. This is a very clean pack. It's also a very skinny pack, so there's less to work with when it's such a skinny pack. But I think it was a great opportunity to really highlight the name of the product and the brand name as well. I'm gonna show so you really see just like the impact of the inside printing when you can see a lot of it. So this is the loose powder, the setting powder, and which is another product I designed, and it is just really showing off that interior print, and it's just adorable. I just love it. So there's that. One of my favorite things for this brand relaunch was the stickers. So I was really excited because I love a good sticker. This is also something that is really true to the brand. I just love these little extra special things that brands do. It really makes you feel special. It makes you feel like you're opening a gift for yourself when you order a package from brands and they toss in a little sticker set like that. I was also really excited about designing this because I was able to have the logo actually be foil in a couple of these stickers, which I didn't think we were going to be able to do, but it worked out. I thought it'd be too small, but it wasn't. So that's pretty awesome. So that is basically just a quick little overview of a whole bunch of Kylie Cosmetics products that I designed. There's many more. I'll probably do a holiday session at one point. I'll be so happy to do another show and tell moment like that for another video, but I thought this would be fun to do. Darley Design, thank you so much for this comment, asked a couple questions, but one was what it takes to land entry-level design positions. I will give a quick answer now, but I think it is something that I want to talk about more in another video. What I would say right now is that networking to this day really matters. If it's something that you don't get a response right away from, that's okay. It might be something that works out long term. If you don't already have the design community, figure out how you can find it. Go to events, go to design talks, join, if you're in New York, join AIGA. They have amazing design talks. Make sure people know that you're a designer. Make sure people know that you're looking. Don't be alone in your journey to try to find something. Be loud about it. Not everyone knows what's in your head. And keep working on your portfolio. When you're young and you can afford it with time, take those experience related jobs. Don't take them forever. You need to be paid. But in the very beginning, take the experience gigs, have an internship, take whatever you can get that will show people that you are a designer, that you actually have that experience and knowledge. So those are some quick things. I could totally go into a deeper talk about that, but thank you so much for the question. Definitely exciting to have a question on my videos since I'm just starting out. I'm really excited to continue on with the next video. Let me know what you might want to hear about. Let me know what you might want to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.